Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Las Vegas Pride podcast channel. And today I have a special guest here with me. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm great. How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty good. It was a good week.
So you're not sad, you're happy.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm never sad. I'm trying never be sad, but it's hard.
You just said you're never sad.
Yes, outside.
Outside.
Sometimes inside I'm dying, but nobody knows about that. That's a secret.
Let's start
No,
over.
no.
Hi. I'm doing great. How are you
I
doing?
love this. I love
Thank
this.
you for having me.
Anytime, Nicole. Anytime. So for the people who don't know who Nicole is the founder and president of House of Vegas Pride. So I would like to ask Nicole to kind of introduce what is House of Vegas Pride, actually, for the
Well,
people who don't know.
House of Vegas Pride is the cultural festival here in Las Vegas that uplifts the voices in the LGBT community. We focus on music, entertainment, fashion shows, resource fair. We have people that come from all over the country to celebrate with us. We advocate for HIV testing during our events. We do award shows. We've been around for 6 years. And just the festival that focuses on urban BIPOC entertainment for the city.
I love it. I love that you mentioned the HIV testing. I think it's a really important part.
With Las Vegas Pride and HOVP that we partner on things like that. But mainly because the statistics with HIV,
Yes.
it's mainly Black women. We're number 4 in the country, in the state that Black women are contracting HIV, and especially in North Las Vegas, the numbers are really high. So I think there's more emphasis on that to where we play a role in that. But, we always include our partners, and you guys are very supportive with helping us get the message out. So you are.
Well,
Yeah.
to you guys, but we are really grateful to have you guys with us. Most of this partnership that we have with you guys,
Yes.
especially with you. We love you.
I love you guys more.
No, we love you more. We can go back and forth.
I know, like, here we go, all gays. Oh my God, I
Oh my
love you.
God.
No, I love you. No. But yeah, so House of Vegas Pride is a multitude of different events that we host and activate here in the city, giving people the opportunity on a grander scale to perform, like at Area 15, the Las Vegas Strip pools, and, just something to where people come and they can have the experience of nightlife here in Vegas, but still be amongst our people.
I love it. I love when we have those events connecting with us together. Especially,
Mhm.
I've never been. I wanna go. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I never
baby.
been.
It's Team No Sleep, honey. So when you come, you better take a no dose because we run it for 4 days. It's the 3rd weekend of August, and we don't stop. We start with the beginning and that Friday, and people usually stay like a week after because they just have so much fun. Yeah, it's just one of those places, the festivals that you just go. Oh yeah, I'll definitely give you a special invite, front and center.
Thank you. No, I always wanted to go. So for everyone who's listening, the reason why I didn't went earlier years, it's not because I didn't want it. The reason I didn't went because of my work schedule was completely different before I went back to went back to college. So I always worked over the weekends, every weekends, because of I was a chef, so I was worked on the hospitality industry.
Fancy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but you're in school for law, right?
I'm in school for criminal justice and political science for now. I'm gonna
yes.
go into law.
We need you to
school.
get that. That's important.
I-
That's important.
One of the reasons I want to do is to help our community here, because I think not just here, like in the whole country, because I
Mhm.
think there are definitely outside forces. We know about them, unfortunately. One of them are currently the president and his administration.
See, look, now you about to mess up our algorithms. They go say.
That's fine. They can call me
Right,
out on
I
it
know.
as much as they want to.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate times we're living in right now. How do you deal with it? Like,
Personally,
yeah, like with everything, like I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm on and off social media now.
that's first. I'm gonna get back to your question for that one. That's a kind of longer answer for that. For bringing up a question about that, since this new administration came to the picture, and we all know that there are restrictions here and there, how is it affecting you guys as the community and the organization?
Man, bottom line, funding.
Yeah.
What was crazy was last year when when he had his first term and everything, I said I wasn't doing a festival. I told everybody, I'm like, I'm not about to take this on. This is out, like we could take a break. And I went and I went and I went. And I last year I helped and produce other festivals in our Black Pride community. We all support each other in partnerships. So in April I went to a festival that I was helping produce. And people were like, yo, Nicole, what are the days for House of Vegas Pride? And, what's the host hotel? What the tickets looking like? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not having it. They're like, what? I'm like, nah, They're like, oh, okay. May comes around. I'm at Magic City, Miami. And literally every event I went to, everybody was like, now, yo, Nicole, I got my flights. What hotel and what are tickets? So now people are saying that they got flights to go to Vegas. And I'm like, why are you guys doing this? I have not put anything out for Pride. So then this one lady, big time lawyer in Atlanta, and we were in South Beach, okay, like totally like just hammered and, doing all the things, having fun. And she's like, Nicole, I think I want to celebrate my birthday in Vegas. I need information about Pride. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get that for you at that point. And so I went back and shout out to Hella because me and her, like, we did up that weekend. And like, now I'm crying. And I'm like, fuck. I got to have a festival. Like, people are really coming. So when I got home from that, I came home, called a few of the team members. I was like, yo, we got to put a Pride together. And normally I start in January with fundraising and stuff because when I had beginning of the year, everybody was like, they can't sponsor. So I lost almost 80% of my funding last year. So I was like, I called everybody that I know, friends, celebs, and I was like, hey, I need a get out of jail free card. Like I called Amber's Closet and was like, I need your help to push this Pride. I don't have any money. I don't have any sponsorship, but I can pay people what I can based off of tickets and fundraising. And if we happen to get a sponsor, then I'll compensate everybody. So everybody was on board. So we called it the Pull-Up Pride and we ran it. I planned it in 2 months. I got some sponsorships that came in, but when they released the federal funding, because that was a big one, when they released the federal funding late, TGA program with Love Live, U equals U, they offered funding to minority, micro, small businesses first. So I got an email. Well, I was checking my email like 2:00 in the morning and I saw a grant to apply for that they said they invited me to do. So I did. So I did that. We had a meeting and they were my title sponsor and they paid for festival. They covered it. And it was such a blessing. And that's another reason why we advocate so much for HIV testing and our great partners with Love Live and U equals U, because they really show up for community. So yeah, we got the grant like in July. And but
so
we
much
ran
time
it.
to plan it.
Yeah, no, we'd had no
month.
time. And like, all the venues I went to, I explained the situation and kept expenses down, but it was the best Pride ever. I actually got sleep. We partied. We had a great time. We still did all the community stuff. And everybody even said it was great. And I think it was good for Have a Pride where we weren't so focused on deliverables and sponsorships and this is brought to you by da 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 da. No, we just were like we were able to release and it was great. And I'm really grateful that and thankful that we had it. So I'm never not gonna not say I'm not doing Pride ever again. That's how
better for the community and
administration.
it's better for us. We love it. So don't do that again.
No, I won't. I mean, I just was tired, like it was frustrating. Like, all this work that we do, it's a lot. And I was just the thought of it kind of just was overwhelming. So, but knowing and sawing the support I got to see from the people's side, I think I needed that more so than anything because I just always get the funding to take care of the people. But last year, the people took care of House of Vegas Pride. That was I felt, I'm getting chills. That was like a big win for us. And like literally brings me to tears that just seeing the real support and love that people have for it, that it didn't matter if I had the big venues or anything like that. We just did it.
And I think that shows that, especially when times are hard, like what was last year and what it's right now. People can say whatever they want to say about our community, but our community are strong. And even if the leaders of that or those organizations or that organizations are struggling, because there is a lots of outside factors, but we cannot control. Even much as we can, but as we try to control it, the people shows up and you can feel the support and you can feel the love and they want you to do that. And they're going to show up. And especially if you do something, but it's amazing. Much as I heard about your guys' festival, it's always amazing. I'm not surprised that people always
Well,
like
I'm learning
showing up.
to thank you. I'm learning to like really step into those shoes and just to process and receive more so than anything because it's grown so much that I have a lot of things that I do. So our team is growing. I'm really excited about this year. Like I'm bringing back departments and I have marketing team and some people working on festival in different states to help us
Mhm.
organize. So it's definitely a blessing to do it. And every year is like it's a different challenge. And I'm learning just to embrace it and be like, okay, well, we got to deal with this year and just go forward with it, you know?
I'm honestly looking forward to it because this year I definitely make myself go down
Yeah,
there.
I'll share the calendar with you. House of Vegas Pride is a program to Social Influence Foundation. That is my nonprofit,
Mhm.
the 501(c)(3) that we operate under. So it's one of 3 other programs that we have. It's just the loudest, and it's good. Like we do a lot on that platform. Like the House of Love Career and Resource Fair. We have an event coming up April 18th at SCIU with our community partners, where we help people find jobs and resources in a safe space. And we're actually hosting a $500 pitch competition for teens, and we have some great speakers that teaching about digital wealth and financial wealth. Bree McBain and then Ty Spellman are coming. So, and that's a whole program in itself. And we're going to be doing HIV testing there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, especially for dealing with the workforce, what you just said, like trying to train people and
Mm-hmm.
give them opportunities to get to work who don't find it, for example,
Mm-hmm.
especially in these communities. I think it's amazing because right now, as a college student, I can't say too much about what's really much is the working force out
Mm-hmm.
there. I'm a full-time college student, but I know that lots of people who identify any minority, being like a part of the LGBTQIA community, even after college, lots of them come back because they were my classmates and they were like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to find a place where it's more friendly for their sexual orientation, for
Mm-hmm.
example. And I'm like, well, I can try to help you much as I can, or Pride can.
Well, send them my way because that's one of the other things that we do. I use the example of why it's so important. I was at one of my resource fairs at SCIU last year. There was a person that was speaking to Caesars
Mhm.
Entertainment HR people, and I just happened to hear the person say like, "I have a dead name, so how would I fill out the application?" And I literally just stopped and said, "Oh my God, this is what it's about."
Yes.
It was such a casual question asked in that space. But if they were at a resource fair that was open to the
Yes.
public and not focused on LGBTQ, they might have not asked that question. But just getting those hard answers. And the response back was like, this is what you have to do. Like, there is an answer to that. But just feeling comfortable to say that to that person because you don't know if they're prejudiced or whatever. People are
Yes.
people.
Yeah, I know.
But that one moment was when I said, I will never not do this resource fair. I will always have this space, regardless of people who show up. And going back to that, like organizations and businesses, I feel like they're cutting out support on minority, smaller
Yes.
businesses and anything that is LGBTQI related that is on a higher level, more corporate, they're still being in those spaces, but they're not supporting on like the smaller minority businesses. It's
Not
just
at all. Yeah.
this resource fair has been kind of a struggle. It's like, oh, we can't come. Like, but I see them in other spaces, and it's like this is important. Like even if you touch one person, two person, or whatever, just to be able to have that open forum and you say that you support, it's like I question people's support now if it's based on publicity that you are and you
Yes.
just want that gold star, or are
Yeah.
you really grassroots with us, with organizations like ours that are like really penetrating in a different way, like we serve a
Yes.
different purpose than larger corporations like LGBTQ. So but we all work together on that, but I just find it's very minimal now and very hard to have conversations with people.
Yeah, and I think this is a perfect platform to actually call them out on that because we know that there are organizations. Like, I
Mhm.
remember I used to work for, it was land
Mhm.
property. And because when I worked there, that was not under Trump, that was under the Biden administration. So
Mm.
there was like always like, oh, go to these events, go to these events. But now when you go, I have friends who is working there, and I asked them, I was like, oh, you guys still have out those boards where you can put stuff up because then I would love to put out the
Mm.
pride and things. And they were like, no, they pretty much just removed it. There's like
Yeah.
almost zero conversation about it. I'm like, this is like that you only care long as you are kind of worried that what's going to be the publicity.
Mm.
Once the environment around you allow you to be an asshole about this, pretty
You
much
know,
let's put it that way. They just like, oh, it's easier for us not dealing with this.
yeah, and those are the questions and conversations I would love to have because, some of the people like Tito's Vaca, I had a great relationship with the representative, and he broke the news to me that like Tito's isn't sponsoring LGBTQ because of their billionaires support. And I get it, but it's just heartbreaking because like, even MGM, how I got in like with the support and the sponsorships, they were sponsoring us for like 4 years. They've been, and then last year it cut, and it's so hard because the people that help you get in, but they might not be those decision makers, and still treading lightly that this is just a small point in time, that it's just a matter of where the tides are turning, that maybe they'll come back around. But then it's the question, like, are we going to be like, no justice, no peace now that they're back? Like, fuck y'all, like, we don't want your money. Or what do we do with that? Because I feel like we're just tossed like a teeter-totter, that when it's time to talk gay, and then when it's time, and then, okay, we're going to throw everybody money, but then, oh, no, now we're not going to do it, but now we're going to do it because DEI is back. And so that is like such an emotional pull, like, to where I feel like we need more impactful organizations that are LGBTQ focused, so that we are not having to say, okay, well, we'll take this sponsorship or this grant because then they require it, to have our programming. And so I struggle with that, and like about how is this going to come out to where all these organizations and corporations that said they were going to sponsor and then they pulled out. But I know the tides are going to turn, and they're going to want to come back, because one thing about House of Vegas Pride, we are growing, and especially with now being a member of the Center for Black Equity, our platform is growing, and more people are going to want to come to the table and be involved and stuff. And I'm actually mentally preparing myself how I'm going to work through those things,
Yeah, I think you really bring up a really interesting point about what's gonna happen in the future about these corporations and what they're gonna try to do. Because of course they're gonna try to turn it back like it's nothing happened. These corporations are gonna come back. They want to come back eventually, because we have maybe the worst case scenario 2.5 years from this administration.
This is what I say. This is what I say. And this is like from a really good friend of mine, Firing off today.
Fuck him.
I mean, this is what I say. I pray the universe gives you everything you deserve.
Yeah, rot in hell. Like, but did you?
Softer version of saying it, but if that's what the universe thinks you need, then I want you to get everything you deserve.
Did you see that Cardi B meme where it was like,
no,
but he is like trying to, they try to show Cardi B like, you need to be nice, and she's just like painting somewhere, and they're telling her like, you just need to say like, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna meet with the right, and she's like, yeah, burn in hell, you're gonna burn in hell.
Listen, I love me some Cardi B. Like she's just like, she speaks her truth.
Yes,
and she stands on it, and that's what's important. That, and having that type of confidence and being in the world that we live in, to sit there and just stand and say what you gonna say, and it's just so funny.
And that's why I think, like,
be dead serious though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck with her.
And that's why I believe, like,
smile.
maybe our producer behind the chair is gonna cut this out, but he deserves a lot of fucking awful things for him. He did a really awful things for people in this country. He's trembling on the foundation of this country. So if I can say that I fuck him and go to hell, then I'm gonna say fuck him and go to hell.
I would tell you this. It's a lot of crap we're gonna have to clean up. I think it's not going to be fixable. I don't feel like even after being out of office, and after he, conned and duped so many different people, like, and people are regretting it. And I just think that he ran during a time where I think our country was very vulnerable, and he played off the emotions of all about me. People are very all about me right now. A lot of people lack compassion, I feel. Not thinking about things in a whole. And there's these different sectors. And I really felt like during his campaign, he led with the hate for LGBTQ. Yeah. That kicked it off. And then it went into the hate for LGBTQ. I feel like then he went after single mothers and their children, and got the baby daddies riled up with taxes and paying. And So I literally at that point, I was just watching what he was doing. Marketing is my whole thing, like on how you launch, there's different phases. And he ran that campaign like a marketing campaign of launching different attacks of everything. And then once he had all these sector groups like riled up about, what that one thing they hate, that one thing they hate. I hate the LGBTQ. I hate my baby mama. I hate women. I hate Black people. I hate Mexicans. Send them home. So it was like 5 or 6 different groups that now he's got them riled up about one thing to get that vote from that one person. And then he cheated with Starlink. So, I mean, you know what I mean? But I just think like in a whole, between technology and then focusing on hate and not love for his campaign is what made him win. We need to change our insides. We need to meditate more. We need to pray more, whatever you believe in. We need to get back to love because hate pushed that campaign.
I 100% agree with you. And I believe it's going to take some time, but I'm a little bit more optimistic about it. I think we're going to go back to where it was. I think we're going to get back even in a better way how we were before. Because I believe that right now, before he came into this power, and even before the first time he ran, like you said, this country was in a really vulnerable phase. We were getting along with each other. We wasn't really loving each other. We were just kind of accepting each other most of the time. We're not saying, we weren't really attacking each other, but we were quietly just going away. Him and he's coming into power bring out the worst of the people because it's allowed it to bring it out, those worst emotions. What some people just hide it because they didn't want it to cancel or didn't want it to get called out at work. But now when the worst of the worst comes out, I believe that this shows how vulnerable the system is. So when he's out, actually everything comes back stronger because we know what we cannot have to happen again.
What system do we have? Like, that's my question now because, it's like monkey see, monkey do. People will do something, like right now I'm going through a situation and they have no remorse for it. They don't care. It's like, what are you going to do? And especially being a Black lesbian woman, I really feel like it's so hard to get the help in certain situations and stuff because you're just an angry Black woman. Well, you had DEI and now you don't have it. But even though we know that was attacked that like it was for African Americans, but it really is, the poor white Caucasian community.
I did want that to say it's like DI was used by the Caucasian white people.
But it's just, I don't know because the way people are operating these days and how like it's survival now. Like, the conditioning of the mind is going to take a lot of love and a lot of just understanding to get back there. All the things that have been overturned and realizing like, okay, well, it's what about me? What about me? What about me? And it's like, I just feel like it's going to turn for a little bit. But that's where like now it's kind of forced me to take my focus and to really narrow into what's important and stay there. Stay in my lane, stay on my path, stay growing where I'm going because spreading myself out too thin, then I forget about what's important. What's the main importance. And I think like, you're going to find a lot of people now just really focusing on self, even though if it's self and to grow business or to grow personally, love, whatever, that's a whole different situation, conversation. I don't know. Right now, all I can do is control what I have going on in my little bubble. And it's all the things to help society and humanity and economically, and equity for our people. I'm not going to change who I am. And as long as there are people that are like that too as well, it's going to be segregated in a way to where the cat's out the bag and there's just some bad people out there that are just they ain't gonna change just because he ain't there. They still gonna, but banding together and finding your tribe, I think it's very important right now to continue to grow and do the work.
And for I think this is when I would say that this is when you should be really, really, really proud of yourself because of all the attack what's happening and everything, but it's so hard and everybody's concentrating only me, this mentality, but it's around. You're still here and you're still running the organization. Jesus. You're still putting together the hard work. And you should be really proud and you should do a lot of this.
Thank you. I'm learning to do that. Actually really excited about this year, but it's like I can't get past the BS that's going on to talk about all the great things that are coming within Social Influence Foundation. And it is hard, but I think my mindset has changed to, you know what? I'm trying, and if it doesn't work out, what?
What's the worst? Yeah.
Like, do you see what type of environment we're working in? I'm trying. If I don't get sponsorship for Pride, I'm running it. I'm going for what our plan, what we want to do for festival this year. And I can only try. Like, at this point, if you're not helping me try to find a solution or something, like, shut up.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Go over there.
Just go there.
Go over there.
There's a corner. You can turn around.
Yeah, turn
Stop
right.
talking to me.
Yeah, because it's just that type now. I'm not gonna beat myself up anymore. We're all going through dealing with so much. Like, how can we? But there's beautiful things that are blossoming out of it, though. That the support that is now penetrating and coming out. Organizations that are finding, organizations like ours to say, here, we want to support you. Yes. So people are digging a little deeper.
I mean, like, it was about time, to be fair. Because I think we are like halfway through. There is a segment what our amazing president, Brady, wants me to do here.
Brady.
We love you. The segment called What You Fed Up With. And do you have a whole book for that? And it's more of a how serious you want to take it. I'm trying not to take this question that seriously
No.
So it's like, this week, what are you fed up with?
What is Nicole fed up with? I am fed up with people thinking that I am like a machine and a robot and that I can make all these magical things happen, but getting upset when it doesn't happen, just the entitlement to me, I'm going through something like really major right now. And it's just the lack of empathy I'm just observing right now to where, not realizing that I'm a human and things happen in my life. And right now it's one of them things like this past few weeks, I'm like, I can't deal with that right now. Like, I got real life situations happening right now. And no, my bandwidth is very limited right now because I got to take care of Nicole. And I feel like there are people that are really upset that I'm putting myself first. And I'm like, what in the entire hell? And it's making me look at people differently. So I would say, yeah, I'm fed up with people thinking that I got to put them before me. Like, crazy.
To that comment, much as I know you, and we met a couple of times before, and I always know what you're doing because I always hear about what you're doing. The issue, I think that's one of those issues where people who are really high driven and successful into do what they do face a lot because people do not recognize that you are a human. They just see that if I have an issue, I can go to that person. If I have an issue, I can call Nicole and Nicole can fix it for me. If something's going in the wrong way, I can call Nicole and Nicole can fix it for me.
Yes. And that's actually when I was driving over here, I was like, I'm going to post on social media. If it's important, call me. Do not text me. I wake up to like 20 to 30 text messages if I go to sleep on a good night. If I work through the night, then of course, so many. And I'm just like, it's all people asking me stuff. Has anybody asked me to hang out, go to dinner? Hey, do you want to go here without having to pay for a ticket?
Hey, how are you feeling?
How are you doing? No, you know what? The how are you always leads with, I know you're busy, but.
I know you're busy, but.
After the how are you, that comes. And then they ask me for something. Yeah. So I'm scared to tell people how, answer those text messages. Yeah. Like, how are you? I'm like, oh God, what do you want?
When somebody asks, how about you just say, I'm alive?
You know what? I should just start saying, I always just say I'm good. Text messaging is just not the jam for me right now. Like, I voice text now because it's so much.
Yes.
And I got 6 emails. I got my website. I got social, launching the new Pride. We should talk about that too. So
yes.
But yeah, it's just no. I'm like, I can't answer. If you text me, bro, look, where's the film? Where am I at?
There's 3 comments.
Which one? If you text me, you're not probably gonna get a same day response anymore. So if it's important, call me.
Thank you for attention.
Thank you for your attention. I just can't respond same day anymore. It's so many and it's overwhelming and I can't help it, but it's a lot and I got to see them and then I have to literally like, okay, which ones do I need to answer now? What can wait? But, not that I'm being rude or anything, but like if I have business that's being texted, I got to get to that first. But if we're small talking, I'm not. You probably gonna get a text a few days later. Call me, invite me for coffee. Let's catch up that way. Like I cannot small talk.
If you want something, get me a coffee.
Yeah.
So I can wake up for that
Let's hang out
conversation.
or something. So yeah, I have to really prioritize texting. But I've been telling people to call me more. So it could be a quick chat and we can, because sometimes I can't respond all the way.
I hate texting.
Mm.
I can't
I don't
stand
like it
texting.
either. Voice, I'm like this, boop, and I talk. So.
Same. Ask Megan. He has lots of voice preferably because I just
I'll be like this and still typing on my computer. Yes. Okay, send, boop. Okay.
We probably talk. He probably calls me 3 or 4 times a day.
Why?
for nothing. Sometimes because I just drive home and I was like, oh, I saw a Harry Potter post.
So that's your friend call. Like, everybody has that one.
I talked to my pride mom.
Yeah, she's my pride mom. So
okay, no, that's good. Everybody has that one, you know?
especially when I call her up, I'm like, all of my classmates are retarded, so I need to talk with someone. I was like,
right now,
sorry for my classmates who watch this.
Lord, don't do that. Like my work wife. That's that.
I'll hunt
that
them
TED Talk.
down and show them this video.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But everybody needs that. Right now mine is my board member, who's our volunteer coordinator, Undy. Like we're going back and forth right now, like just with ideas. Oh my God. And we talk all the time, and it's great. And it's, it's empowering. Like, we do that right now a lot, with Getting Festival, together.
So for that, I'm sure you guys talk a lot about what are the big changes coming for your guys' direction. You did start telling me, but I want you to tell everyone.
God, I'm so excited. Like, this is really big for Las Vegas and for the state. So for 5 years, I had been working to be a member of Center for Black Equity. It's an association based out of Washington, D.C., and it's the Black Pride Association for Black prides around the world. And I've been working to become a member there and was able to work through everything. And in December of last year, we were granted membership at their annual vote. So we launched Nevada Black Pride.
Woo!
And we are the official Black Pride for the state of Nevada. Oh, I got chills. I'm so excited. Really excited about bringing Nevada Black Pride to Nevada because the Center of Black Equity really does focus on our community. They have access to different grants and sponsorships and programs that really pour back into the Black LGBTQ community that I was unable to get access to with not being a member, and the support on that platform. They are really excited about being here in the city of Las Vegas. So we are bringing back a lot of programming that's going to go under that. That's going to focus on financial stability. I'm actually looking to expand the Black queer men programming. And we are bringing back our ball in October. And I think that's all I'll say about that. But the Center for Black Equity is coming in to create as a fundraiser for us, and super excited to be partnering with Las Vegas Pride and doing that during Las Vegas Pride weekend. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. Like, I know I've been in the trenches. My father passed away on my birthday on the 21st of September last year, and it just took me out. And I've been trying to figure out how to move forward and still, provide these type of programs and events, for our community. And I thank everybody that was patient with me as I still am grieving, because I lost a lot of friends and stuff, like just because I wasn't responding in the way that they wanted me to, which is good. There's a lot of shifting going on right now, but the blessings that have just been coming in and the things that are just creating change for our organization. I'm questioning if community is really going to get behind it because it's needed, or if it's going to be a situation where, and it's not for everybody, but just like, well, Nicole's doing it, so I don't want to do it. And she has everything and stuff. Yeah, I worked for it. I've been in this business for over 20 years and I've traveled and done those things. So I know the impact it can make, but I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, I'm super excited as program director of Las Vegas Pride to work with you and to, support this mission and this goal, and for us to work collaboratively more and more together on all of this and bring this, equality to all of Nevada and Southern Nevada for us, but all of Nevada really. And then, across the country and so on and so forth. I mean, girl, give yourself some grace, please.
Yes.
Forever
Please.
grateful. Yes.
Give yourself a beat. Say, hell yeah, I did that. And
I won't say
else did.
I had support. I'll tell you this, backstory. No, I'll say this. Yes, it was me that I didn't stop for 5 years. I was like a Black Karen with them. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, people don't even know. Like, I was on them for 5 years. However, at the DC conference that happened and World Pride that happened, Black Pride in DC and World Pride happened in DC, and I wasn't there. And I will say that I've done the work to where a lot of people, prominent people that know my name, were like, Nicole, where the hell are you? I'm like, I don't go. They're like, why? And I told them why. I'm not going to give that exposure. And they were like, what the hell? They're like, no, we're talking to the president. Okay, cool. He know me. So it isn't having that attitude like, if you're in or out, because we gonna make it happen anyway, So, we're really amazing people. Shout out to Foster. But she's on our team. She's the marketing department. Hi, girl. So yeah, she's really excited about helping me. She's known me since day one of me doing when it was Vegas Pride block party, So deep squad is deep. And Amber is like Amber's Closet. Amber is a huge, huge supporter and holds it down and, just really just gives love to us. And Jocelyn, which we know our ex VP that's now a marketing director at San Diego Pride. We have some hitters. We got some hitters in the background that are making sure we don't go down. So I'm good. I got great friends and support, and they're aligned and equally yoked like me, and we have our conversations and stuff. And I'm there. So I feel really good for 2026, and I'm giving it all the way that whatever happens. But I know we have the tools to make it happen.
And I know we are here at Las Vegas Pride. We are
Meow,
here
meow,
for
meow,
you.
meow.
That's not me. That's Brady. Somewhere about you there.
I love y'all down. I can't wait to go. Where are we going? Our next trip, our first trip is going to be San Diego.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I've been telling the crew. I'm so excited.
Yeah, San Diego is great. I wish I remembered the name of that restaurant, but we tried a new Italian place last year.
Oh no!
Like the night before we went to the festival, and it blew our minds. Just as a random side note anecdote about last year, but it was so good, and we can't wait to go back to that restaurant.
Y'all are some fat asses. Out of all of everything.
I mean, last year San Diego, hats off to San Diego, because I think they had one of their biggest sales last year. It was jam-packed. It was jam-packed.
Honey.
It was amazing.
It was really, really cool. But yeah, also
y'all remember I was a bartender. That's why y'all didn't see me. I didn't get that. It was the first time not hanging with y'all, and I was so sad because I know we be eating. I thought you were gonna talk about the Mexican restaurant that we go to with them good quesadillas, but yeah, they did. I got to work the VIP bar, speed bar. No, it was VIP bar, and my register was right stage front for Kalani. So I literally got to see the entire concert performance. We were up high, chilling, but the whole day, which was great, working that, and then people seeing me, and you get we work off of tips. Great. Great weekend for me. So I'm going to be bringing some team members down and probably going to bartend again. But I am going to working on having team members to be a part of the parade and support Las Vegas Pride and promote Nevada Black Pride and all those things. Yeah. So because I lost that visibility, even though you guys had everything there too, I still need my not little, but the team running around flyers and engaging and stuff.
A person there with us too. Yeah.
So but last year was a lot of fun. I did miss y'all, but I was seeing all the photos and the pictures, and then I remember and Freddie is always running into somebody from Black Pride. I don't know how that happens, and they ran into Diamond Knight. She's our official mermaid for our festival. So during the pool party, I have a mermaid that floats on a shell in the pool.
My God,
And
we need
she
that.
wears the mermaid outfit and everything. But Diamond ran into Freddie at the parade, and like, everybody was just sending me selfies and stuff. But hopefully, I can make the dinner for the Italian. I want to try that.
If that Italian restaurant sees this from some magic reason, we are so sorry for last year.
What did y'all do? Oh my God, what happened?
We didn't do anything, Melaton.
What?
We were just having a good time. We were laughing.
What did she do? I know it was her.
We were just having a good time.
I'm sure. It's always a good time.
It was amazing. It was, I think what happened, we got a lot of wines, way too much wine for all of us.
Oh, okay.
So when you put...
Speak for yourself.
So when it was 10 or 12, yeah, that was 11 gay guy and 1 woman.
No, Megan, I'm sorry, boo. You know, I'm usually there, but I'm
drinking way too much in a closed area.
Oh my God,
it was loud. It was a small little restaurant, and we were upstairs, and everybody heard us downstairs.
What were y'all saying? I can only imagine.
We were just laughing, screaming,
God.
laughing.
I'm sure.
That was amazing.
But about what? What was she saying?
We were just laughing. The moment has passed.
The moment has passed.
Yeah.
It's time to create new ones. Well,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm super excited. Like, honestly, it's going to be a great year. It is.
I do have one more question before we finish for you, because that's what I really wanted to ask you, because I got some lesson from it, from Megan and from Brady and from everybody. What exactly the balls are?
The what?
The balls. Like what you guys do, like the balls.
Oh!
Because for me, that was a history lesson, because I was like, I don't even know what is that. Because I'm really interested. I heard some part about it, but I'm not really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cancel me. I'm still only been here in this country 10 years, okay? Let me be unknowledgeable with a couple of things. So what are the balls are?
Oh, great question. Great question. Well, the balls have a history of how it started, which it started in New York City, known as like an underground sanctuary that emerged really in the 70s and 80s of people that created houses that were first known as chosen families, and created houses that would compete against each other, that brought to the forefront culture, fashion, music, entertainment, different themes. And it just spiraled as a worldwide competition, and different houses all over the world just started building. They win grand prizes. People, like, it gets really extravagant. And sometimes, you know, in the beginning it wasn't. It was like a place underground, like where people that like-minded people could come together and celebrate things that they all liked. So balls right now, the scene right now here in Vegas is emerging. Dale Blackheart, legendary Dale, House of Revlon, is doing a mini ball series. And we're on episode 5. House of Vegas Pride is a sponsor. Nevada Black Pride is sponsoring. And we help with marketing and advertising, all that stuff. But we are going to be at Piranha's starting every fourth Monday. So you should come.
I need to check it out.
Yeah, this month's theme in April is going to be the circus. So the Bring It categories and stuff, they come in there and they're themed in that, you know, and those actually will be given points. Like they have a councils, and people that compete, they compete for cash and points for their houses for the year, which is what we are going to be hosting in October. It'll work for of the year for our ball, where there's more categories, cash prizes, sponsors, and things of that nature. It all ties into each other. It's a beautiful community that comes together, and it's mixed with so much, like with runway, face, best dress, shoes, like any realness is really big, you know, for the trans community. That they compete for that and walk, and you see a lot of just amazing, great, talented people. Performance with the voguing, most people know, like the hand movements and stuff and the dancing. But more so than anything, it's a community, and I'm very grateful to see it. That even that community right now is coming and gelling together in the city.
That's why I was asking about it, because I started hearing a lot about it here in the city, but I never heard too much beforehand. Maybe I was just ignorant about it.
No, you weren't. No. There used to be, I believe, a ball here in the past, but I actually brought the culture ball I created in 2022 with Iniche. He is a legendary House of Gorgeous Gucci, and I'm actually a honorary member of the House of Gorgeous Gucci too, because of the work that I do and with him, and it's just beautiful, and it's been in and out. Iniche actually had a stroke, unfortunately, but he is pulling through and everything, and but he's been very supportive with giving the ball a voice. We had it at Area 15 the second time around. It was at a ballroom the first year, but there's like a 2-year break, and then now Dale's doing the mini balls, and really just, he's part of the culture too, really just heavily involved and teaches at UNLV, but he's really working in that area. So it's about to get loud.
And I can't wait to see it. And I know the final, it's going to be at Area 15, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. We had the culture ball in 2024.
If you don't mind
15.
to put it out there.
No, it's fine, because I need the folks to know, like, we outside, we working, like nothing has stopped moving. Of all that I've endured and been through, oh my Jesus, nothing has stopped moving. I've done minimal and what I could do and get it, and the support. But yeah, we're going back to Area 15, and it's an immersive space. So this ball really can get creative with the ideas and ideology like that will be incorporated with these different categories, and make it more of an experience to visually. I just love that kind of work,
And honestly, I can't wait it, because if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be exactly the same time as the Rainbow Rave.
It's after.
It's after.
So balls are traditionally, they don't start until late, like 11. So I'm gonna tell you right now, the ball doesn't start until 11 at Piranhas. So it's after the drag show that they do. But traditionally, they go until the sun goes up, because it's also a place where, like, if people didn't have somewhere to go or anything, that's where people would be.
But yeah, I think that there's going to be a little overlap there, I'm sure, with the timing, with the rave. But I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, there probably will be. But I would say, like, because the rave, what time is that ending? Like at
2 in the morning?
2 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, this about to be crazy. Yeah. Oh my God, this about to be freaking wild.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I can't wait, because I was like, this gonna work together so good next to each other.
This is going to be so amazing. Because we probably won't get started till like 11, and then probably go until like, an after hours thing, so that people from the rave can come
in. It's going to be a lovely October. I hope everybody ready, because I'm ready for it.
If it's raved out with, I just got chills. Okay, I know what we about to do. Now that Nevada Black Pride's launched, I feel like I, got like a huge thing off my back. So it's out there. So
I'm really looking forward to everything this year.
Yeah, I'm launching. I'm sorry, I'm launching House of Vegas Pride's theme this year.
Can we get a
escape from not a drop?
Not even a little bit of hint of something.
It's not going to be hot. It's going to be very wet.
I love where this one's going.
That's on you, on how you take that context.
I can take it in a long different way.
Yeah, very dreamy, very just, elusive, and just the whole theme is just really beautiful,
I honestly can't wait to finally be able to go all of those events. That's from the bottom of my heart. It's finally after some time, so I'm gonna be there with Pride or without Pride. I don't even care about it.
Them hoes don't be there. They coming outside. They definitely are.
I'm calling out with my own organization. So yeah, I can't wait to go to these events. I'm actually really looking forward to see the festival.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see the buzz. Like, I need to go down, and I definitely need to see what it's all about and experience it in firsthand.
Just be prepared to have a good time.
I'm always prepared for having a good time.
Have a good time. The week before, we're on the 9th of August, we'll be rolling out Nevada Black Pride launch, like before we go into October. And then I always do the career resource fair a week before the festival, as tourists and locals looking for jobs, and drinking does not mix. So even for me, Lord, when I used to have the resource fair the same time as the festival, I'm literally like bikini under the suit on News 3, like, yes, in the House of Love, we're doing this. I'm like, I gotta get to this pool party. Just wasn't gelling. So I moved it the resource fair a week before so that people could enjoy it. And then, mentally, like, it's primarily like 70% tourists that come to my festival.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense to have the resource fair. So we do that. So we're going to roll that out a week before ribbon cutting ceremony with Nevada Black Pride. I'll say this. It's always the third weekend of August.
Always the third weekend
If you don't remember the dates, it's always, sometimes I'd be like, what days is this? The 14th through the 16th of August. It's always the third weekend because I don't want people to ever guess when they're coming to Vegas or when is Nicole going to have it. Like people, and that's why they're like, oh, we got our flights. I'm like, I didn't even put out dates. I'm like, but they know it's the third weekend of August. Like,
third weekend of August.
We've been having that every year. And it's so crazy. It's so early this year, the 14th to the 16th. I'm like, geez. Everything ties in together, but I'm excited about this year and y'all coming and being involved. And then also excited about the women's area being amplified at Las Vegas Pride Festival and the Rainbow Stage and putting that together. I enjoy doing the Rainbow Stage and programming, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
I'm super happy that we are extending on that because that was one of the things I was really wanted to work on to make sure that I personally felt for years before I get really involved that most of the time, sometimes our festival or our event, it was really gay man focused.
Mm-hmm.
It's let's give it to the gay men. And I think it's about time for us Pride to get involved more.
I love your transparency. But
I never lie.
No, but I
say what I want to say.
I will say this. Being a board associate since 2019, I am one of the OGs serving. It's what's being represented there. So it's the same thing. I feel like that the board is mainly gay men. So guess what? That's what's going to happen. Like my board and my festival is mainly, lesbians. So people assume also an assumption is made that House of Vegas Pride is for women only. No, it's because I don't have any men representation to help activate men's programming for the festival. I'm open to it, but I can't, that's not me. And I feel like the same thing for Pride. I've seen it, over the years of women coming in, volunteering, being on the board, and when there was women representation on there, then those things were being offered. But that's why, it's really important, like I feel like for me to step into that and be more support to Las Vegas Pride's Association to amplify that. Because I am tapped in with the women's here and making sure it's local women's groups, local sapphic groups, and because they're here.
Yes.
And I think even though you guys like such a national platform that it attracts a lot of national organizations and ENTs and stuff, but there are women's groups out here that are nonprofit, not doing things for all of that. They just want to create space for community, and I'm making it my responsibility to bring them to the table and not necessarily like Nicole be involved heavily in everything, but I have people that will organize it.
And I'm really, really grateful for it because my personal view about this, and I love Pride. I love Las Vegas Pride. And there's no hard feelings for it as a board member too. So I can get hate for this. I love that we're moving to the direction because I'm not that original board member or associate member. I'm representing a completely different version of LGBTQIA life, but it wasn't really about gay men or gay women. It was about gays because in Hungary it's super bad for the gay community in every shape and forms. So there is no rights, there are no protections at all. So when I came here, in my head, a gay community meant for me everyone, including trans, lesbian, everybody who is under the umbrella was for my idea. When I go to an event, I want to see everyone. And when I see that it was more gay men, I was like, okay, I don't mind, I like it, but where are the rest of the group? And I want the rest of the group to be there because then I feel I did my job good as Mr. Las Vegas Pride to create a more united era and for us for Pride. And I think this is really important for me. And I'm really grateful that you are here for us for Pride, that help us to bring out those communities, because that's what I want to leave as a legacy as Mr. Las Vegas Pride for 2 years, to maybe create a more inviting environment for all of our members. Doesn't matter. Even if you are just an ally, I want you to be able to come here and enjoy. I don't want just gay men to be there. That's fun. I love it, sure, but I want everyone to.
I love that
enjoy.
you broke it down in that way, because I think culturally, in different cities, that's even big when people always move here. They're like, where is the community? And it's so segregated and broken for so many different reasons. That is a whole different topic of itself, and calling out to people and stuff. But, it comes down to the fact that I feel as if, also the challenges that Las Vegas Pride has dealt with are the same that I've dealt with too as well, to where instead of having people working together cohesively to create that bridge that gap, there's so many separate groups, and then it comes down to, well, why can't I do this, or why can't I do that, and this is that. But the way I look at it is, now I've really been diving in on this topic, like just personally, like what is it that why people feel like you got to have so much, is so oversaturated, and Vegas is only so big, right? That if I'm going to want to work with somebody, and I'm really going to want to try to get the message out and have something that's visible and really just it's for the people, I would rather work with the bigger fish and create something. Still have my own, like I have my own organization, but how can we work together to grow? There's so many different variables that I feel like that are creating the separation. And I think, like, as Las Vegas Pride continues to expand and grow in their messaging of bringing everybody together, finding the right people that can be leads and leaders for these different departments that need to probably be scouted out,
Yes.
and have them on the board and have them, involved so that it can grow in that way. That's the only way we're going to be able to grow.
Yes.
We got to do a call to action, because some people might just not know, and they just might not know or understand or confused. And there's so many different things that go on.
That's one of the main reasons I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be.
Hey, they're here. Call us. It's important, and that's why I said, how can I get involved? I will put my voice out there. I will bring people to the forefront, and so we can have these conversations, because I think a lot of people are scared and not trusting too as well in community. Like, a lot of things have happened to people, including myself, to where, for 3 years, I opted out of having a core team to produce festivals, because it just went into the benefit of other people and never for House of Vegas Pride. Like, it was literally people using the platform to do something for them.
Yes. And to that point, so I can share some really personal story here, so people understand that I'm not just talking out of the blue here, loving Las Vegas Pride because I'm part of it. Before the current president, Brady, is the president, took over. Brady. Before he took over, there was issues with Las Vegas Pride. We know that. And I have a personal story about it. Back on those days, I had a restaurant. I just opened a restaurant back in that days. Brand new business. And me as a gay man reached out to Las Vegas Pride. That old person who was the president came to my restaurant. We had a deal that we're gonna how he can help me as a gay business owner to get maybe a bingo night or something at the business. We gave some donation, much as we could, as a brand new restaurant, family-owned restaurant, no investors, nothing. It was all of our money what we put together from another country. We didn't even get a shout out in the magazine. I got canceled on my bingo nights there at last minute and completely disappeared. Never one mentioned in anything what was back in the days what was the part of Pride. So if I would hold grudges, I wouldn't be here. Things are changed. Las Vegas Pride did figure it out. I know there are hard feelings in the community for Las Vegas Pride for what happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 30 years ago. Sure, organizations are not perfect. people are not perfect, but per se, what I can say about Las Vegas Pride, the leadership changed, the board changed, the people who are in board changed, and there's a new mission. And the mission is to bring together that community, but maybe it got messed up a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Let's stop holding those grudges, because we're not living in that time when we have the luxury to hold those grudges, because billions of dollars come in donation and we are having all the rights that we need to have, and nobody's trying to attack us. We're living in the time and we are getting attacked every day. Supreme Court decision a couple of days ago, conversion therapy back to legality. We are getting attacked by the highest level in this country where we can get attacked. It's not the time to hold those grudges. Try to forget that you had a personal bad experience 5 or 10 years ago, because we are here for each other. We're not here for the fame, the publicity. I don't care if this podcast, you cut me out of it. I don't care if I'm not.
I know. I just cannot stop. Like, fuck you and ship you K-Bobby. You know, you are what they need for the podcast. You are what they need for the organization. You need people like you to kind of shake things up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I call myself, I don't know if you've seen Poetic Justice, but I'm like Cousin Pete, you know. I'm the Reverend from Harlem Nights, you know, Sexy Chocolate. You know, it's like, oh, here come Nicole ass about to do, like, no justice, I ain't doing this shit. No, I ain't gonna do it. But you need people like that get frustrated about what happens, you know, and it's okay, you know, and to that point, yeah, Las Vegas Pride, like, it was bad, like rumors and stuff, and I understand that. And coming into everything in 2018, history lesson, that's the reason why we did it was a stripper party in 2018 that turned into a festival 2018. And at the time, it was like, okay, we're going to do this because there's no Black entertainment during Las Vegas Pride weekend, because the festival or that event was during October during Las Vegas Pride, because there was no Black entertainment. The whole reason why we were birthed, the whole reason why I was here. And me as a person, I'm like, you know, it was like overnight success that it was like, I was like, dang, like there really is a need out, you know, for this or whatever, you know? And I remember at the Aviators in 2019, they were telling me that Brady was the new president and it's not like that no more. Yeah. And I'm like, well, who is Brady? Because they were even at one point, people were saying that Las Vegas Pride had beef with Vegas Urban Pride. Those are named at the time. And I'm like, I don't even notice, dude. Like, why? Because he's mad. Like, they're saying, like, you guys are mad about us having, you know, the Black urban entertainment and that they didn't want us here. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need to talk to him and figure this out. And I finally was in a room. So I didn't know where to go. And it was Brady and Catherine at the time when she was on the board, and at the Aviators Pride night. And we happened to all be tabling. And somebody told me, it was like, oh, Brady's here. I was like, oh, yeah? I was like, where are you at? Like, I'm like about to... It's so funny.
That's fun.
No, it's so funny. But, you know, like, I can tell you, I went up to Brady and their table and they were just sitting there. And I'm like, hi, I'm Nicole Williams from Vegas Urban Pride. And I wanted to come over here and introduce myself and who we are and what we do. You know, I've heard a lot about y'all. And he was very nice. And I said, well, I'm like, I also heard y'all got a problem with us. Like, I just put it out there. And he was like, I don't have a problem with you. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, like, can we sit down and have a meeting? He's like, yeah. You know, and it was just so simple and just so like just to the point, because me and Brady are like, you know, a lot alike in some ways. But he was like, yeah, no, I don't have a problem with you. Like, what's up? Like, you know, I'm like, okay, well, let's meet. And he's like, okay, bet. And so we did. And we have, since 2019, have been working and building and working through these problems since then, you know? The thing is that people also need to show up, make decisions on their own. The entire time in the very early stages, there was people that were like, don't work with Las Vegas Pride. They've done this, they've done that, you know? And I'm like, well, I'm not seeing that. And Brady's been nothing but like giving and supportive, like all the stuff. Like after I introduce myself, I always get judgment on my own. Yeah. One thing I do. And I'm seeing the complete opposite of what people were saying in the rumors in the community. But these people were also for-profits in our community. And there were also people that wanted us to go bring our Black community to their platform.
Yes.
So you got to look at those type of things. Like, why are you saying this about this person? Oh, because you want me to come over here with y'all instead of, you know, me being over here. Like, I don't look at things that way. I'm very black and white. And yeah, it was difficult. And I did hear those things, but I also stayed in it to see and watch him show up. How are you going to show up? And if it got there, I cut it, but it never cut. I'm still here. You know, and we've been really just working through those things. And I got to say, it's been almost 10 years now. Slowly things are letting up and, you know, and attracting people like you. And I'm glad you didn't, because, you know, I've heard some horrific stories, but I'm glad you didn't though. So just got to give it time.
Yes. Bless you. And that's you.
When I start sneezing, it just goes on the side.
Oh, same. If I start sneezing, it's like 5 minutes of sneezing.
I know.
Like, 30
so
sneeze,
bad.
like. So to that end, I'm just asking if more of those organizations seize, because there's a couple of in town. If you had an issue that's not the same pride, but you had an issue 15 years ago, reach out. Let's have a meeting. Let's make this one happen. We are big. You guys big. Let's make this one a better, more
That's what he said.
That was such a heartfelt monologue, and you fucked it up.
And just for 20 cents
That's just
a week, you can be a part of Las Vegas Pride. Puppy face. Listen, we are here for it. That's all that needs to happen. And the thing is that I love the direction that I see Las Vegas Pride is going into. I love the direction that my nonprofit's going into. Despite the shit of a world that we live in right now, it's not stopping. And if we just continue to focus on the things that are going to keep us in a good centered heart space, we gonna get out of this and be all right. Because you can't cancel a community. I don't care what you say or do.
Never.
You can't, you know. And it's just how you decide how you want to move through that, you know. So I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm a proud Black lesbian woman, and I'm regardless, it's like it's my life, it's who I am.
Yeah.
You can't cancel me unless you shoot me, but I mean but you can't stop me from being me. Like is that funny?
You went from such a hard fat to like, except if you shoot.
I mean, that's the only way you can stop. So cancel me. Like, I can't stop being Nicole.
Yeah, but I just loved it. That was so good. They were like, you can't stop me. I'm always gonna be who I am. But if you shoot me,
that's the reality of it. Like, if you what they say, wipe me down.
No, I 100% with you on that. Same. Like, they can't cancel us. We're gonna be here. We stay. Probably longer than all of these fuckers who try to cancel us. So
it's a phase in life, and we just need to stand tall. That's it.
And we're always gonna be here.
And just have fun in the middle of it, you know. Some of the biggest, you know, like the abolition story. Is that the abolition, or what was it called? With the liquor and the Harlem Renaissance. Some of the most hardest errors in our history is when people and community came together, and some of the most impactful, most beautiful things came out of it, you know. So it's just a space and time, and you know, we just need to create that space for people to still be able to live and have a good time and provide those resources. So, you know, we save people lives, you know. Some people, it's so hard that, you know, they decide they don't want to be here anymore. And there's some real life issues and things that are not funny that are happening that we definitely can't go anywhere because, you know, we're strong, but there are people that need us that may not be as strong. So it serves a bigger purpose at the end of the day.
We are the support system for lots of people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And a good note. It's a lovely end.
I enjoyed myself. This is great. It won't be the last time you see me because I like this type of thing. So yeah, we're here.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. It was an amazing conversation.
It was good. It was real. I just, you know, I tried to keep up with your, you know, you like the Tupac. They got money for war, but don't feed the poor. Like you on that, you know, and that's good. We need that. So, but yeah, I enjoyed myself, and
I dig it.
Right. I ain't mad at you. That's, anyways, yeah, I had a great time and looking forward to be back and definitely just putting all this stuff out and seeing the action behind our work.
And let's look forward for this year. Can't wait to see all of the events. Thank you for everyone who is listening. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Las Vegas Pride Podcast, the name, by the way, if you are wondering how you can find it. I hope you guys have an amazing week. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.